Okay, I think we are up and running. Here goes 30 days for Danya. I find that I play a little better when I don't know the other person's rating. And I've also been trying to pay less attention to my own because it really doesn't matter. Okay. Um, I want this bishop out, so I'm just gonna put it out here. But then knight h4, and then I just drop it back, and that's okay for me. Okay, that's okay. That's slow. Um, could just e6. Or I could develop the knight. But also I do want my bishop out and to get trapped. But I could just do this. That's a big thing. I don't like that I've allowed 95 though. But then I can just go 97, knight bd7. Um, to at least contest e5. Seems to be thinking quite a bit, Mr. A Pyramids. Could put a bit of pressure like queen a5 check. Maybe block with the knights or push c3. I wonder if he thinks it's still my move. He's got these crazy theory lines just prepped and he's just trying to remember. Okay. I could also just go back. Retreating moves are also weird, but then that blocks in the bishop. I could play knight bishop d7. What will I have gained from that? Well, his knight's on an awkward square. From Bishop g6 takes. I probably take towards the center. This at least opens my file. Sure. I feel like I don't need to think that much for these positions because nothing's really happening. It feels like stable enough that I don't feel like in danger or something. So I don't feel like I could make any critical mistakes right now, but we're just gonna take. And I'm okay with this. Hmm. So I need to prepare queenside castle. Hmm. Okay. Are you actually gonna take that though? I mean, I'm okay with that. 94 just met with f3, but f3 is pretty weakening. And then I can just pop back. Is that a thing? Feels weird. It's like to provoke a weakness. I could go 94 and then 96. But then I'm also not developing. I'd rather like develop, you know? So maybe like e6. If he takes, I take towards the center. And then I have this like cluster of pawns here. Then I pull my bishop out. Or I could even fianchetto my bishop. Yeah, I'm okay with this. This even gives me the option to take with the queen. Um, and then that helps my development because then I can just pull my knight out. Oh, but I can't castle until this guy moves. But then this also puts pressure there. That's okay, we have two defenders. I don't know what's the plan with this. Like, I'm gonna provoke this. Do I? Yeah. He's a thinker. It's okay, I'm a thinker too. I take pretty long. Both sides here feel like incredibly passive. Plus I could just take here, take, and then my knight just has to move, but I mean, hmm. Not sure why he's giving up his bishop like this, but I am okay with this. And then this is now weak, so I could even just pop back d7. I could plant it on here, but that I think loses a pawn. Take. Hmm. I'm gonna draw it back. I mean, what are you threatening here, though? Oh, well, he's defending. Because this I'd be okay with take. That's not happening. But it also comes with check though, and I'd be forced. So that seems a little fishy though. Hmm. Now I'm down on time. See, this is because I haven't castled yet. I'm gonna do this. At least win a temple. Castle. I feel like that's my only option right now. And the knight's really not going anywhere. Like this is occupied, this is protected. So like yeah, the knight is developing, but it's still a little slow, I'd say. Hmm. Okay. So the knight's probably gonna come out here. Um, but now if I castle, then this is okay. This trade is okay with me because it doesn't come with check. But then this becomes undefended. Um, and then he's like right in the root. But I'm gonna castle anyway. Let's see what happens. Because I have this guy now. That's nice. Hmm. Trying to think of like what is the plan here. My bishop is not doing anything. I mean, it's like protecting this pawn, let's say. Um, Bishop c5. I feel like it's biting on granite there. So I feel like that's a nice spot for my knight. But then that's met with b4. But then oh, this is hanging, so he needs to respond. Is that gonna be a sack here? No. I feel like that could be dangerous. But it's fine because I have rook d8. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, oh my God. What am I doing? Oh, oh wait, but this comes with check. Okay. Oh, Jesus. What's going on? I got lucky there. Now, where do you put the bishop? Hmm. Surely to keep it like somewhat active on the second rank. Hmm. Because you need the castle. Now I feel like this pawn cluster has become a liability of some sort. I think that's interesting. Oh, but then this is guarded. But then that also opens the D file. And my rook is staring right down. Okay. Hmm. That could be a plan. A little sack. Hmm. If I wanted to relieve pressure off of G6, I could just lift my rook. Hmm. I wonder if he's calculating the sack. But I feel like everything is protected after rook e8. Because if bishop g6, fg, queen f6, queen g6, attacking this, rook e8, then the bishop protects the pawn. This protects bishop. This protects e6. But then it's like, it feels also very, it's kind of like a house of cards. Like, if one piece moves or is put out of position, then the whole thing falls apart. So I don't really like that. So it might not be good for me if he makes the sack. But there's also, he doesn't have a lot of extra pieces remaining. Like, he's only has his knight that he's gonna have to route around, and that's gonna take a lot of time. Meanwhile, I've got two active pieces, one of them being my queen, plus a rook staring down the d file. So I feel I feel okay here. Hmm. He needs to move his bishop. I feel like this is just a standoff. There's not a lot of tension here, but it's like slowly building. And the suspense he's creating with this long thing is also quite intense. Just kidding, it's not that bad. Okay, down to 7 minutes. Um, I feel like he also doesn't really know what he's doing, which is good. That's a good thing. Then we're both clueless, and then it's like, what are we doing? Knight a4. Either b3 that hangs c3. So knight a4, rook b1 to protect the pawn. But then here I have my own sack of knight c3 takes, queen takes a2. But then it's like the same situation that's going on here, where like the queen, yeah, we've taken a few pawns, but then I don't really know what my queen's doing there, especially with this barricade. Um, hmm. Okay, that's a really long thing. My opponent is just calculating mate in 20. I dare you to do b4. Oh, he did it. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Hmm. Trying to think if we need to take. Or maybe we take FG, queen takes, then rook, h6. That at least wins us a tempo. This is protected. This protects that. And then it also protects e6. Then it's like, what does the queen do then? I like that. I'll take that. Plus the extra time. This feels weird though. It feels so vulnerable. But this is protected by that. This protects that. This protects that. That protects that. Yeah. Oh, plus I have the knight supporting. And I could bring the knight back if I needed to. Right? Hmm. This is weird. But then we have a pawn push up, a pawn storm coming in. But, okay. Hmm. Queen back. Logical, logical. Hmm. Take, take, take. Hmm. That's weird. Why would I do that? See, my bishop's not doing anything. Hmm. I feel like I need my bishop out of the way. I could try to neutralize. Like if I maneuver a queen trade, this would be under attack. Need to move. Um, then what does that get me? That doesn't really get me anything. I feel like I need to move, pull my queen back to attack the pawn. Okay, let's think about like where the weaknesses are. But he can just push f4. It's a bit weakening though. I need to get some activity on the king side. Hmm. f4. That makes e4 pretty weak. We still got a knight there. Huh. Trying to think, like, is it worth to pull my knight back? What a sack would look like. Take. Because that gives me like a pretty nice center. Isolated pawn. Open F file. Eventually take. Yeah, I like that. I don't know, man. I have no other plans. Bishop needs to become more active. I for sure need to. So if I stick my bishop on c5, that would be nice. I like that. Okay. What's he doing over there? What's going on? Am I missing something? This feels weird. Okay. I don't know. Just do it. My king feels very vulnerable. I suspect the knight is coming, but I feel like I can just bring my queen back if I need. I feel like this is okay. I like this because then this is under attack. This is under attack. This is a nice. This is okay. I feel like this was a weird move. Queen a4. Okay. I have options here. I could take e3. I take e3. That runs into rook e1. I don't like that. I can't weasel my way out of that to then protect this. This is falling. So in a way, this is protecting me from rook e1, just to keep the file closed. I need my bishop in the game. I could take this, h2. Take, I just be up a pawn, but this then weak. But my queen's still on the diagonal to be able to come back, protect my king. And that's okay. I take this there, then just pull the rook back. I don't know, man. Okay. I feel like I'm overextending in a way. Like it feels very dangerous because oh wait, oh my god. I saved myself from another fork. Like knight f3 forking rook and queen. I can take with a check. Thank God. Oh my God. I need to be careful with these. Like this is why I felt like I was overextending, and That's why I feel like the queen is a better attacker from afar, or a defender of like pieces or pawns. Like it, but right now it's kind of on the front line. And I don't like that. My bishop is so funny. He's just guarding g7 with his life. He's also impeding my rook on d8 in the process, saying, no, 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 I have a job to do, and you can't move. And somehow we're doing okay. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work. I don't think it does, at least. Okay. Can block with the knight again. But then I'm in the situation where you could play e1, rook e1. But I have no choice here. I play this. You can either move. Yeah, that's okay. I can force a queen trade. I mean, it's not really forcing. Oh, I have to take this though. That's hanging. That would have been dangerous. Do I even have to? Can I go like this? Then that's weak. Rook e1. Oh, this feels so weird. I don't like this. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I find like I have the tendency when in these weird situations and it feels very overextended, I have the tendency to just like want to simplify because that's easiest. Now I have this check. I don't know what it does for me. This, take. At least this opens this up. This has to respond. I have a nice center of pawns, but I'm just gonna ruin it if I do that. Now where do I put my bishop? Do I have time to put my bishop somewhere? That's the question. I could keep getting greedy, target this guy, but then rook g1, then I'm lost. Okay, I'm running low on time. I mean, we both are. This check doesn't do anything. I need to activate my bishop. Like, it needs to do something here. So I think I'm just gonna go... God, this is so weird. I'm gonna go here. Wow, we're both using like all of our time. I basically like I should be winning here, right? Because I have 2 extra pawns in the center. Very active queen. But for some reason I feel insecure in this position. Oh god. What? What? What just happened? Oh! Lol. Why did they do that? It was it's a move that I didn't even consider. And so when it happened, I didn't even realize That was a gigantic blunder. I just thought that I had lost a pawn, but geez Louise. Okay, well then. I'd say that's something to write down is don't blunder your queen. No Botez Gambit for me. Okay, well. Okay, that was nice. Let's do a game review. Okay, well, yeah. I wasn't like entirely winning. I was pretty good though. I love this for us. 70%. Okay. And one great move, one blunder. But let's take a look. Okay. The Caro. Okay. That's still book. Okay. Yeah. Just ticking towards the center. This I felt like was weird. I should have. See, so why was I pushing e6 when I should just apply pressure immediately while developing a piece? So knight d7 was best move. He should have taken to equalize. But now I can win a tempo. Taking was, I feel like taking made the most sense because he was just giving up the bishop. And then pulling back here is good. Wait. What? Oh, because I had a rook attack there. So instead of here, if I leave my knight hanging, queen b6, you have to respond with, I don't know, b3, which sucks. That's like the only way to respond. And that weakens like the dark squares, and then my bishop can come in. Interesting. Yeah, we should have caught that, but I think that's a byproduct of like him not developing his knight, right? Because if his knight was out d2, c3, then that wouldn't be an issue. He'd be able to bring his rook to b1. I think in this moment it's like, what am I trying to take away from this? It's like to be aware of where we are in development, both myself not having developed my bishop, but then also my opponent not having developed a knight and having their rook still locked in, and also the king exposed to possibly like a queen a5 check. But I think if I was thinking in terms of like, okay, the knight's not developed, rook's trapped, like that would have been a cue for b6, because that's a, yeah, that would have been a really hard move to find, especially since my knight was attacked. And that in a way is like a diversion, right? Like it's a bit of a distraction. But I don't know. Who knows if I would have found that. Okay, I felt like the check was weird. I didn't have any other plan. Here, queen b6 is still the same idea. And then queen b6 again, still the same idea. And then now that goes away because the rook is the knight has moved to d2. Okay, so the sack was a blunder. Best move was to take. And the idea behind this is to prevent castling, I assume. Oh, what am I doing? From here, show idea. Okay. Yeah, that would have tried to prevent castling. This was best move. Okay. This still attacking. Not really, but like, then this still is okay. Yeah, because when pushing f4, e3 became weak, so b6 could have been a target. I knew a4 was weird. Oh, but the sack. My sack was even weirder. Okay, wait, don't. That's weird. That's a weird thing to say. Okay. I don't know what I was even trying to do here. I was like, that's fine. And my boy over here just hanging. Okay. What the hell? Yeah, because this. Okay. Well then. I should have taken. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. Well, that was fun. Um, cool. I think lots to take away from that game. That was a good time.